question answer series. So I have been celebrating answering the questions of you people. So I had a great time. And I hope you too are enjoying the answers. The happy thing is, I'm very proud that most of you people are really asking some questions which are really making me think. I realized late in my life that questioning alone makes me think in the right direction. So until and unless I don't question, I never think in the right direction. So I felt great developing the ability to question. So in order to develop the ability to question, in the sense developing an ability to ask the right questions, I used to get up very early in the morning and used to sit for hours together, sometimes at 1 o'clock, sometimes at 2 o'clock, and used to list out all the questions, taking one topic every day. So questions are the take direction boards. Questions show us the direction in which we have to move in life. So I really enjoyed asking questions to myself, and you people asking me questions, and I bringing some kind of awareness on that particular aspect towards you is really making me to celebrate this session. Thank you so much. I welcome you all to this session. Let's get started with the first question, which we have from Madhu. So just try to understand this. A good student is someone who does not listen to what a master says, but a good student is someone who implements what a master says. So implementation becomes a more prior key than learning or observing or knowing about something. So I wish you to focus on implementing the concepts what you are learning here. If you can implement one concept consistently for a good amount of time, I'm sure at a later stage you would love to implement a lot of ideas, a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts. So focus on implementing on whatever the idea you like most. So if you feel that this idea is very impressive for me, I love this idea, I like this idea, immediately pick up that idea and think about that idea always. Keep it in your mind. Keep repeating it within yourself as a mantra and see that that will be implemented in your life. When you repeat it consistently, automatically that gets implemented. Your mind hints it at the right time. Your mind directs it to you at the right time. That's it. Okay? So, the question asked by Madhu was, what is the difference between conscious mind and subconscious mind, sir? So, as it says, mind is the greatest gift that the God has given to us. So, most of the times we relate mind with soil. How the soil operates? As simple as that, the mind operates. There's no big difference between these two. If you can observe the soil perfectly, then you can easily understand how the mind works. Of course, we can see the soil, we can work with the soil. At the same time, we can work with the mind, but we can't see the mind. That's the only difference, that's it. So, you need to understand that the mind and the soil works in the same manner. See, soil, if it is not utilized, so in the sense, if you are not using it for cultivating a crop that you want to cultivate, automatically the weeds grow in that. So in a similar manner, if you are not using your mind for a particular cause, if you are not using it for a particular purpose, automatically your mind pops up with a lot of unnecessary stuff which is nowhere related to you. And unnecessary weeds are not going to do any good for us, at the same time for the soil. The same thing is this, unnecessary thoughts that pop up in the mind are not going to do any good for you. And I think you know that, okay, whatever the thoughts that are created in the mind, that drive our actions and that drive our communication. So our future is being created through our actions and our communication. When our future is being created through actions and communications, and these actions and communications are the resultant of the thinking that we are experiencing, we must definitely be careful about the thoughts because they make us think. So we should see that the mind will be utilized for a cause, as we see that the land will be utilized for cultivating a crop. I hope you're understanding this, okay? So coming to the other side of it, conscious mind and subconscious mind are pretty simple, okay? The mind which is active, right now I'm speaking with you, I'm trying to talk with you. So now I'm observing everything that is there before me. I'm thinking, I'm noticing, I'm just working out the things, okay, based on my conscious mind. The mind that is awake, okay, is conscious mind. So this contributes 1 out of 8 parts of the mind. Probably the mind contributes 8 parts. In that, 1 part will be your conscious mind and 7 parts will be your subconscious mind. And conscious mind is a logical mind. It makes you think the logics, and this is a storehouse for the information that the mind receives from the 5 doorways that it has. Mind has 5 doorways. I mean, mind has 5 sense organs. So all these sense organs will gather information. What we see, what we listen, what we speak, what we smell, and what we touch and experience. These information will be reaching our mind. Sense organs will receive the information. Majorly, what we listen, what we see, and what we speak contributes most of the information that comes up. Okay? Once the information reaches the conscious mind, the conscious mind will store it. Probably based on our concentration, based on our seriousness towards the information that is being received, the mind gives its priority. And that will be registered in your memory. And the capacity of our conscious mind is up to 5 lakh thoughts. Probably in a day, we will be contributing to nearly 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts. So probably in 4-5 days, your conscious mind will be full. And every information is same for your conscious mind. Your conscious mind does not distinguish that this is a good information, this is a bad information. This is the right stuff, this is the wrong stuff. This is useful for me, this is not useful for me. Your subconscious mind does not have any demarcation or differentiation in the content. It just receives that the sense organs give it, and register it in the form of a thought and stores it. And if I have to tell you how a thought will be created, for example, I'll tell you something about consistency. So consistency is doing a work every day. So our rishis or our past leaders or successful people, they discovered that when we take up a work and does it every day, probably even for a little amount of time, but the condition is if you are doing it every day, your mind focuses much on it and your mind can do something wonderful with it. So it is best advised to take up a task and try working with it every day. So all you need to think about is consistency is all about doing a work every day. Suppose I want to speak English, so I have to take up my time for speaking English every day. So I have to sit and work on speaking English for some time or the other, and that must be consistent and it must be an everyday work. And if I'm doing it on an everyday basis, then okay, that is called as consistency. Now you heard about the word consistency, doing a work every day. So you created one thought in your mind. Like this, in a day, you will be contributing to 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts. And all this stuff will be there in the conscious mind. Probably, if you are focused and if you are receiving it, and it may lost in your conscious mind for 24 hours to 48 hours. And most of the times, you will be using your conscious mind for writing your exams. See, when we go preparing for writing our exams, most of the times we read one day before the exam. So it's the real preparation of a student is like this. A student should not touch books in the last 10-15 days. Then he has got the complete analysis of what he has read. So he must be ready to face any kind of exam without any preparation in the last 10-15 days. But most of the people do preparation in the last 15 days or 10 days. So they work more before the exam day. They keep themselves awake the whole night, repeat this stuff, go through it again and again, register it in their conscious mind and go and take up the exam. But interesting thing is, after 24 hours of time or 48 hours of time, automatically the information in the conscious mind gets deleted. That is the reason why for 99% of the people, if you give them the question paper that was given to them 2 days back and ask them to write the same question paper again, probably they'll not be in a position to write. Because the information what they have stored in the conscious mind must have got deleted. So conscious mind works more as a temporary memory. So it's used to register some kind of information temporarily, and it makes a logical discrimination because that has to be done in most of the situations. Okay? Now, the challenge is all the information that you are receiving from morning to evening will be getting into your conscious mind. Now, what you need to do is you have to identify the right information that you want from the conscious mind. The basic challenge is suppose you have got around 60,000 thoughts today. Of this, 99% of the thoughts might not be useful for you. They may be of unnecessary stuff, but there will be some beautiful information that you must have received during that day, which will be useful for you for lifetime. See, knowledge, every fact is a knowledge. Collection of facts is a knowledge. But that knowledge must be discriminated as to what is needed for you for a lifetime and what is not. If you are not able to discriminate the knowledge that is going to be needed for you for lifetime, then everything gets deleted from the conscious mind. So it's like I'll tell you. So if you go to an exhibition will have thousands of products. And it doesn't mean that you will buy all the products and come home. So once you go to an exhibition, you look at every product, and from that you pick up exactly what you want. Probably 5, 10 or 15 products, pay for it and carry them home in order to utilize them. I hope you are understanding. But exhibition contains probably 60,000 to 70,000 products, as 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts. So from that we pick up 5 to 10 products, okay, and we carry them home for utilization. In the similar manner, we have to identify what is needed for us for lifetime. And what we have to do is, we have to recollect this information, we have to revise this information, we have to remember this information using our conscious mind again and again. Because the only constraint for our conscious mind is whatever that is being repeated, because conscious mind works like a watchman. So whatever the content that is reaching the conscious mind again and again, automatically what the conscious mind does is, it considers that this is important for him. So automatically that information will be shifted into the subconscious mind. So what we have to do is, whatever the information that is useful, we have to pick that up and we have to revise it, we have to recollect it. Now put a simple question on yourself. Is there a day in your life wherein you always give your time for education or this, that, or something like that, okay? From morning to night, you'll be occupying your time for something or the other. So, is there a day in your life wherein you kept on recollecting the information which you felt that this is really important for me? I need this in my life. This is going to change my life. This is the information that I should carry all through my lifetime. So this is very precious for me. Having that attitude in mind, did you revise it? Did you recollect it? Did you push that concept to your conscious mind again and again so that that will reach the subconscious mind? Did you have any day like that? Check once. Probably not. And this is the biggest challenge with people. That is the reason why they don't store the good, they don't store the bad. So all the information gets deleted. They don't pick up, like they go to the exhibition, look at everything, don't buy anything for utilizing in their lives. In a similar manner, they experience knowledge, they look into knowledge, they listen to knowledge, they speak knowledge, but all the knowledge gets deleted in the mind in a day or two. At the most, I can say that your conscious mind works for 30 days. And then, whatever the information that is being recollected or revised in your conscious mind, that reaches your subconscious mind. In subconscious mind, first it becomes a permanent memory. See, after that becoming a permanent memory, still if you are working with the same concept, if you are putting questions on the concept, if you are analyzing the concept, if you are thinking about it, you are revising about it, you are knowing the value of it, you are growing in that information more and more day by day, then automatically what happens is subconscious mind considers that this is very important for you. So you're consistently working with it, you're continuously working with it. So that is the reason why what happens is your subconscious mind will immediately make that a habit. In the sense, the control will shift from you to the subconscious mind. So now, doing that work becomes an involuntary function. In the sense, your mind takes the control of it. Initially, it's a voluntary function. If at all, if a work is to be done, we have to initiate and do it. Doing an activity with our initiation is a voluntary function. But if an action is happening without our involvement, then we say that it's an involuntary function. Without our involvement, that activity automatically happens. I hope you are understanding. So in that case, what exactly happens is, your mind will take the control of it, and whenever that is to be implemented, it automatically gets into implementation. That automatically gets implemented in life. I hope this is clear. So once you make certain things a habit, that keeps repeating in your life. Probably Mahatma Gandhi must have made the habit of speaking truth, following non-violence, and limitedly speaking. All the great ones who have succeeded in life developed wonderful habits through their subconscious minds. And once a habit is developed, it is under the control of the subconscious mind. So subconscious mind takes control of it. Now it does not allow us to do it in some other manner than that. Probably if you're getting up every day at 4:30 in the morning and that becomes a subconscious habit, automatically you cannot sleep, more than 4:30, because your subconscious mind wakes you up and consistently pushes you to keep awake than go to bed. So everything is like that. See, probably you made vegetarian diet as your habit, automatically your subconscious mind will always instruct you to follow that vegetarian diet. So most of the things, like speaking truth, being courageous, thinking positively, having a positive mental attitude in every situation, all these things can be wonderful habits, getting up early in the morning, following discipline in life, building character, focusing on behavior, involving in good thoughts, reading books, inculcating a good habit of writing a diary. All these things becomes a habit. Once they become a habit, automatically your mind takes care of it, and without your notice, you will involve into it and you will keep doing it. So that is the reason why Abdul Kalam said that, If you really want to be a successful person in life, first develop good habits. So if you develop good habits, automatically you will become successful in life. So I think you're pretty successful if you develop the habit of developing some good habits in your subconscious mind. That is, by doing the thought which you want to make it a habit continuously in your mind, automatically that becomes a habit. So even after that becoming a habit, that is the action getting into the control of the subconscious mind, still if you're working on it, still if you're thinking about it, let me say like this. So I heard about the word consistency. When I realized the importance of the word consistency, when people talk to me about the importance of it, when I listen to different videos or audios which talked about the greatness of consistency, I thought that if I do something in my life, I must be consistent in it. So continuously I started speaking about it. Continuously I started thinking about it. So slowly I pushed into the subconscious mind. After pushing into the subconscious mind also, I was thinking about it, I was talking about it, I was listening about it. So I was implementing it in my life. Slowly that became a habit. Even after making it a habit, okay, if I still keep working on the word consistency, realizing that an activity that is being done every day will make a big difference in life. So then automatically what happens is, subconscious mind will consider that this is really, really, really important for this fellow, and tries to work a miracle out of it. And all the greatness that the greatest people have achieved on this earth, they have achieved because of this only. So once they are working with it without leaving it, probably Mahatma Gandhi, for 60, 70 years, he has worked on the concept of truthfulness. So he was truthful all through his life. As he was truthful all through his life, his mind worked a miracle through it. And you can look into anyone, Mother Teresa, her mind was totally filled with service. She did not think about anything else than service. So she realized that using her life for bringing smiles on the faces of others, for bringing comfort and joy into the lives of others. So looking forward for the benefit of others, she wanted to dedicate her life, and only that thought was there in her mind. So slowly what happened, that entered into the subconscious mind, then it became a habit, then her mind has worked a miracle out of it. The same thing is with Nelson Mandela also. Nelson Mandela followed a strategy in his life wherein he identified 16 traits. So I think when Narada came to this earth, and Valmiki happened to ask Narada Muni that, is there a human being on this earth who lives with all 16 positive traits? He lists courage, confidence, character, behavior, thinking process, all this. And Narada says that, okay, Rama is the one who is existing on this earth with all these 16 characters. Probably those 16 characters Nelson Mandela has picked up, and he made a decision in his life that he has to work on that concept every week, one concept every week. So after 16 weeks, he completes all the concepts, and from the 17th week again he starts from the first concept. And he continued this all through his life. And that made him work some miracles in life. All the public speakers who speak wonderfully on this earth, or the people who use their subconscious mind, when they do this continuously, first it becomes a permanent content in the subconscious mind, then a habit, and even after then, okay, if they are continuously working with it, then the subconscious mind will work a miracle out of it. So this is one phase of how the conscious mind and the subconscious mind works. Now, if I have to relate it to you, you can relate it like this. So if you want to develop some good habits in you, if you want to see some good things happen in your life, if you want to make out a miracle happen in your life, all you have to do is this. Probably you want to make a lot of money. You want to become successful in your life. You want to create some greatness. You want to attract a few things into your life. All you have to do is you have to use your conscious mind consistently to think about it, think about it, think about it. When your mind is totally focusing on that particular content, automatically that becomes a permanent structure, then that becomes a habit in your mind, okay? And later subconscious mind tries to work a miracle out of it. That is making it happen. It will make all the routes that are needed in order to get connected, and things will happen. So probably if I expect that this much business I want, and I'll just sit in the institute with an attitude that I want this much business this month, automatically mind will attract all the people who can give that business to me, bring them to the institute, make them pay the amount, will make me succeed in that particular thing. Probably we think that we are doing it, but it is the mind which generates the thought process in the minds of people and initiates them to come here and go for it, because there will be thousands of thoughts that a mind runs, but of that only a few people will have a positive thought towards this. So how do that positive thought come in that particular time, and how do their mind accept it? It is just because of someone's request. It's like if I think about someone doing something like this, automatically they'll do it. So why they'll do it is just because of this, because you're wishing it. All the great ones of humanity, they use their mind, they focus on only one thing. Probably Sachin will not have any other focus other than hitting a ball. Dhoni may not have any other focus than doing the best keeping and maintaining his team. So putting your mind into one particular cause, this is what even I can say Thomas Alva Edison said. Most of the people call me genius because I get up in the morning and get into the world to do one work. But most of the people get into the world to do some hundreds of works. So when you focus on one particular thing, automatically mind can work that miracle. But what happens here is, our thinking must always be positive in that direction. But generally what happens is, so every time an obstacle happens, every time something is going to happen which is not according to our wish, automatically we develop a negative thought in the mind. So once a negative thought happens, automatically it is not related with the original thought that we are wishing for. Suppose you want to make 10 lakh rupees money this month. So you keep working on it. Probably the 10 lakhs can come to you in the last 2-3 days of your month. But what happens is, if you don't get any collection from 10th to 20th of this month, automatically you get disappointed. You feel that, okay, you're not going to get it, because you will be planning that if I have to make 10 lakh rupees, I must get 30,000 rupees or 40,000 rupees every day. So if I'm not getting 40,000 rupees, automatically I'm not going to succeed in that. So you're not understanding that you may get 4 lakh rupees in one day. Sometimes you may get 10 days collection. But your attitude will be like, I did not get 40 today, so is there a possibility of me succeeding? I may not succeed. These negative thoughts cannot drive force in the subconscious mind's miracle happening. So whatever you wish to see or whatever you wish to experience in your life, you have to consistently think about it. Your focus must be about it, and you should never have a negative thought regarding it. So you should always make your mind believe that it's going to happen wonderfully. So I can give you a small tip, okay? Every time something goes negative, every time something is not happening the way you really want it to happen, immediately make this as a mantra in your life. So you start saying that I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. Probably not for once or twice or thrice or 10 times, okay? Make it thousands of times. Every time a negative thought penetrates in your mind, okay, immediately come up with the thought process that you're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. So don't allow your mind to penetrate that negative thought or make your mind to express that negative thought again. So every time your mind is showing you a negative thought, immediately come up with this expression, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. So when you consistently work with this thought process that you're going to win, automatically that negative thought dies. That will not have prominence. Once that thought does not have prominence, you have only one thought of achieving what you want. When you have one thought of achieving what you want and your mind does not have an alternate other than achieving it. See, it's not possible for a human being. Human being is mostly like a dust particle for this universe. So if you just go to a sea, there will be billions of sand particles. So we are also just like that sand particle. And that sand particle thinks of creating something huge on this earth, and just think, okay, can a sand particle really do it? For this universe, we are just like a sand particle. So without the support of this universe, there's nothing what we can achieve on this earth. So, and that achievement can happen through the mind, and that mind must be tuned with positive thought process consistently. When we consistently keep that thought in our mind and keep thinking about it, automatically universe will make it happen. Universe will execute that, okay, in a manner wherein we can experience it in our life. And we should not have negative belief towards it, and we should have positive belief towards it, and we have to consistently go with that positive belief, that's it. And we can experience it and we can see it in our life. I hope you understood this. So probably I don't know whether I've touched the angle you really wanted to know, Madhu, but as a trained student, I only think about conscious and subconscious mind in the perspective of how it is going to help students, okay, to become something good. So students' attitude will be something like that, okay? They think of knowing everything on this earth. So they think that if they know everything on this earth, automatically their life is going to be wonderful. Nonsense. Even if they know one particular concept, and if they keep implementing that one particular concept, okay, wonderfully, they work miracles. And most of the people who earn money, or most of the people who achieve something great in life, they are one focused. They don't have any other thought other than making money. So as their thought is only towards making money, they attract a lot of money in their life. They don't know anything else. They're not educated. They're not creative. They don't have imaginative thoughts. They don't have any greatness happening within them. But they achieve it just because of that. Hope you understood this, Madhu. Thanks a lot for your question. Thank you. Good evening, Pyari. Okay. So I think this was your last week's question. How can we become a genius? So let me answer this so that we can get into this week's question next, okay? So I was just explaining the same concept right now. How can we become a genius? So it's a mind's game. Like, first try to understand this. God has given us a mind, and with that mind we can create anything what we want. And we have to use our mind for creating everything. So all the mind needs is a focus. In the sense, mind should not think about anything else than what we want. So that is the reason why when we put our total focus on what we want, nothing else other than what we want, then automatically what happens is you will. So genius is someone who makes his mind work for a particular cause. So fool is someone who tries to use, I just told you, right, your mind and soil is the same. Probably there may be thousands of seeds in this universe. You can put all the 1,000 seeds into the field. So if you are having a field of 1 acre, you can put thousands of varieties of seeds into that and pour water. Probably all the seeds may sprout. So a similar kind of person is an ordinary one. He tries to do everything. He tries to impress people. He takes every unnecessary thing into consideration. He gets disturbed by everything, okay? He tries to carry that always. He wants to be a good citizen in the society. He wants to influence people. He wants to become great. He wants to become successful. He will have a lot of confused thoughts. In the sense, his mind is filled with hundreds of thoughts or thousands of thoughts. All the thoughts grow, but nothing gives him a benefit. As in a field, okay, when we grow multiple crops, thousands of crops are grown in it, automatically all the crops will grow, but we can't take the harvest out of it. See, ultimately, we want to use the soil for bringing harvest what we want. In a similar manner, we want to use our mind for bringing a harvest, in the sense getting an outcome out of it. And I just don't understand, 99% of the people don't understand this concept that they have to use their mind for creating what they really want. In the sense, they have to use their mind for creating what they really want in life. But are they using their minds for really creating what they want in life? They're not, because their focus is not on only one particular thing. But in a soil, if you don't sow thousands of seeds, but if you sow only one seed, and if that seed is allowed to grow, harvest becomes very easy. So in a similar manner, if you really want to become a genius in life, all you have to do is only one thing. Bring your mind into one focus. When your mind gets into one focus, if your mind starts thinking about only one thing, automatically if your actions and your communication totally moves towards that one particular thing, automatically greatness happens in your life. And that's how you see greatness happening in your life even. I hope it's a very simple concept. Probably to become a genius, you have to focus on one particular thing. Don't get involved into multiple things. Suppose if you want to be a mathematician, think about that. So probably these days, people give their mind for every nonsense. The biggest challenge is we are being overloaded with information. So before, people were not exposed to much information. They had a very less information. As they had very less information, so they were not having an opportunity to think about all nonsense. But today, as they have a mobile and their focus is on the mobile, consistently they keep their mobile with them and they keep knowing information, because a lot of content will be poured on us, in the sense dumped on us. We are forced to watch a lot of like they design that content in such a manner that our mind gets tempted in order to watch that. And people design that content in such a manner and throw at us. So we wish to look into it and we start dumping all that information into our mind. So all the information that is being dumped into our mind, that grows or sprouts as a seed automatically. So our mind is filled with thousands of thoughts. And where is the prior thought in that? So all the people minds are right now confused arenas, wherein every day they put thousands of thoughts into it, or hundreds of thoughts into it. They watch hundreds of content and put all that content into it, think in that perspective and leave. But what is the end result of that? But genius is someone who focuses on only one thing, okay? He doesn't care for what's happening. He doesn't care for anything, okay? Probably it's like a scientist goes to a house and sees that will be locked. He's surprised and he just asks his neighbor, okay, so what happened to these people in this house? So this is my house actually, but no one is here. Then a little girl says, you shifted to a new house 2 days back. So don't you remember that? Why did you come to this old house again? Oh, then the scientist said, yes, right? So we shifted into a new house 2 days back. So I forgot it. Okay. So then he recollected it and he went there. So his mind is so focused about what he exactly wants in life that he doesn't care for all this. He doesn't care for, okay, anything else other than what he wants in life. So bring your mind into one focus. Focus on only one thing. What is that you want? Give your mind for what you want. Then automatically your mind can do something miraculous in life. Okay. So, and you become a genius in that perspective. Pyari, nothing else than that. All the best for that. You're on the way to become, what I can say, a genius. You will keep going, okay? All the best. Naushad, good evening, men. How are you? Thanks a lot for your question and being a part of this program. What is the importance of positive attitude? How do I avoid being artificial? Great questions, Naushad. Let me go one after the another. So what is the importance of positive attitude? So what is the importance of happiness? What is the importance of peace? Do you want happiness and peace to be there in your life always? The answer will be yes. So because when you are happy and peaceful, you will do what you wish to do. You will speak what you wish to speak. Your life goes in a manner that you want it to go. Now life is in your control. That's it. Let's think from the other side of it. What happens if you have a negative mental attitude? Simple. You will be exposed to worry. You will be exposed to disturbances. So worry and disturbances attracts all the negative emotions. Fear, doubt, disappointment, frustration, discouragement, all the other negative emotions that we carry. Automatically what happens is, When your mind is exposed to all the negative information, it cannot differentiate what is good and what is bad. Your communication goes negative, your actions go negative, your behavior goes negative, and you will miss your happiness and peace, and you will be in a kind of disturbance. And in disturbance, you do all a mess, nonsense, okay? You don't do anything good in your life. So what is going to happen, if at all, if you do good or bad? Let's say, right now, I'm using this question answer session. So for 1 hour or 1 hour, 10 minutes, I'm going to answer the questions of the students. So I think I'm doing something good. This good is going to mold my future, because it's going to make me better communicator. It's going to make me more focused. It's going to make me discover something new. So it's building my future. Probably if I have a negative attitude, negative mental attitude right now, I may not be interested in taking this question answer session. I will sit somewhere and start worrying. I may start thinking about it. Now if my mind thinks about all nonsense, what all the negative things that have transpired in my life, it brings worry, it brings fear, attracts all the negative emotions, and in that negative emotions, I do some nonsensical things. I feel inferior, I think that I'm not going to be a successful person, I'll fail. In the process, I'm creating my thoughts for my future destruction. So I'm creating a negative future for myself. And what all you think, that's going to happen for you. So you must have worked a lot in building your life, in attracting good things into your life, in making everything that you want to happen. But once a negative attitude works in your mind thinks negatively, you go into a depression, automatically all the positive thoughts die, and the negative thoughts take dominance, and you attract all negative things into your life and make a life a mess. That's what everyone is doing. But if you can put your mind in a positive mental attitude, think once, okay? See, your attitude is the way you think. You need to first observe the pattern of your thinking, how your mind thinks in different situations. First observe how your mind thinks in different situations and notice it. Once you notice it, automatically what happens is, you can know where to give priority and where not to give priority. That's it. See, I cannot stop my mind from thinking something negative when I look at a pig. Or I cannot stop my mind from thinking of something negative when I look at a drainage. Because that is what I have fed in my mind about it. But what I can do is, I can just rule it out. That does not have any priority in my life. Because I know that my mind will think about that only, so that does not have any priority in my life, so I can rule it out, that's it. That is not important. Use your mind for thinking about something else. Right now, there is a drainage out there, there are a few pigs out there. There are something else on the other side of it. Now you don't want to look at it, okay? Deviate from that, look at this. Probably I don't like certain things happening in my life. So in that particular situation, what I do, see, like 2 days back, I was not comfortably sleeping. I got awake at 1 o'clock or something like that. And once I woke up at 1 o'clock, I just tried to sit for some time and make my mind to handle certain things. But the mind was not listening. It was consistently coming up with some negative thoughts. So what I immediately did is, I did not want that. I know that my mind will not stop now because it's under pressure. It will think about something negative. So immediately what I did is, I went, sat on a chair, opened a book and started reading it. So once I started reading it, the new information was what I started referring in that book, I started celebrating. So priority has shifted from what I don't want to what I want. As simple as that. So when you know clearly that your mind thinks in a negative manner about something, drop that priority. When you observe your mind, how it is thinking, then automatically you can shift priority in that particular situation. But generally what happens is, we don't observe our attitudes. We don't watch our attitudes. I mean, we don't know how our mind thinks in particular situation. See, one thing is, when you sit on a chair, the chair has a nail and that is piercing into your body. Now what you will do, will you sit on the chair and again and get that pain, stand up and again sit, and again it pierces, again you stand up, again you sit, again it pierces, again you stand up? It's not going to happen. So once you sit on it, it pierced into you and created pain. Now you will not sit on the chair, or you will try to take off that nail so that you can sit comfortably on that. Common sense. The same thing works with your life also. When your mind thinks about something negatively, either you have to remove it or you have to keep away from it. The real challenge is, see, I won't remove it, I won't take it away, but I will sit on it and experience the pain. If you say that, you are ruining your future. You are destroying all the work for a negative purpose. You want to create something, you work for it, okay, in the process you destroy it. So your thoughts go negative, your emotions go negative, in a negative mental attitude state, okay. Worry is the worst thing on this earth, okay. People with worry cannot create what they want in their lives. They only make all the things that are going to reach them to go far away from them. Just because in worry they say that I don't want all this. But a guy who is happy, who is positive in his mind, who thinks always happily, will be attracting all good things into his life. As simple as that, okay. See, there are two rooms. In one room there is electricity, in the other room there is no electricity. So what all that is there in the room with electricity, the same material, the same stuff is there in the other room, okay, without electricity. Now you can get anything you want in the room, okay, with electricity or without electricity. Option is yours. So if you go with a room with electricity, you can pick up everything you want without any disturbance, without any worry, without any hustle and bustle. No issues, no tensions. Directly you can go pick up what you want and experience that in your life. This is the case of a guy with positive mental attitude. But a negative mental attitude person enters into a dark room and tries to get what he wants. In the process he falls down, okay, gets wounded, suffers, struggle, has spent sleepless nights, okay, cried, disturbed himself, put into a lot of fuss. And there may be something, okay, what he catches at the end, but that is definitely not what he wants. There is something what he gets, that's it. And he carries it and gets satisfied saying that this is what I've got, what should I do? But a positive mental attitude fellow is not like that. He goes directly, picks up what he wants and keeps more and more celebration in life. Now, what is that you are choosing? Okay, positive mental attitude. Everyone chooses positive mental attitude only because it's pretty easy. But in order to drive that positive mental attitude, you have to first come out of that dark room. Because all of us are in a negative mental attitude. Unknowingly, we pushed ourselves into negative mental attitude and made a fuss out of our life. Got it? Enough? You have to come out of that room and put yourself into a positive mental attitude room. For that, you need to first observe your attitude. So you have to observe how your mind thinks in different situations. Probably there are a few things like 10 to 15 people whom we come across in life. Of that, 5 to 6 people will be very in close proximity with us. 5 to 6 things or 10 things we'll be dealing every day. That's it. So this 5 people, what kind of thinking our mind is doing when we expose to that 5 people. So there are 5 to 10 things what we do every day. What is our mind thinking about that 5 to 10? What is our mind thinking about? What is our mind thinking when you are exposed to that 5 to 10 deeds? So observe the pattern of your thinking. Now when your mind is not thinking the right way, now shift it. Okay, I told you, right? Either remove the nail or keep the chair away. But don't be blunt in saying that I'll be the same. I'll go with the same strategy. That may not drive a positive outcome in that. I hope you're understanding now, Shit. Okay? So, thank you so much for that. There is no other alternate other than being positive. You must develop an attitude which is positive. You must make your mind to think in a manner, okay, which drives positivity. Because you need to be happy and peaceful. There is something good that you can do in happiness and peace, but there is nothing good that you can do in worry. So you have to put your mind in a positive mental attitude, because with positive mental attitude, you are happy and peaceful. So your mind thinks positively, you work positively, you communicate positively. So you create a future that is positive. But with negative mental attitude, you worry. In the process, you attract all nonsense. You don't do any productive work. You don't communicate anything productive. So automatically you spoil your future also in the process. I hope you understood now, Shid, okay? How do I avoid being artificial? So you're artificial because you want to impress people or you want to influence people. So when you don't have the choice of impressing or influencing people, then automatically I think that you will never try to be artificial. So there's no one for you to impress or influence on this life, because you're not leading your life with anyone. You're leading your life with yourself. So all the remaining people may come in your way and go. They are like passing clouds. They may be there with you for some time. That's it. And later they'll leave you. So don't be so serious about that. You're not living with anyone. Even with your close proximity people, okay? Let it be parents or family members, children and all. So you're not living with all of them. Now and then you have to give your time with them, that's it. But you are living with you always. So you're living with your thinking always. You're experiencing your life with your thinking. With whom you are is not important, okay? But how you are thinking when you are with them is important. So if you know how to think, with whom you are doesn't matter. Okay. So if you really want to be natural in life, not artificial, don't think about influencing people. Don't think about impressing anyone. Don't expect anything from anybody, okay? Just you try to become a happy human being. You just be the way you want to be. Then automatically everything good follows in your life. Step by step. Everything follows in your life. Hope you're understanding. Okay? Thank you so much. So it's written as TR creation. You said how to overcome fear. Tell how to overcome shyness. Shyness is a sister of fear, man. So fear is expressed in different formats, like hesitation, shyness, doubt. All these are the expressions of fear. So when you destroy fear, automatically all these things go. So you're feeling shy. Just observe in what situations you're feeling shy. So you're feeling shy because you're not able to face that situation, or you're not able to do something, okay, wonderfully. So if you know how to do it, automatically you'll not experience that, I suppose. See, one concept that works in your life is something like this. Anything you do builds courage and confidence in you and takes you forward. The next task in that particular situation will be a celebration for you. On the other side, whatever you avoid doing develops fear, doubt, hesitation, or shyness within you. So all you need to do is, there are certain things which you don't need to do, but there are certain things which you must do. So whatever must be done, must be done. See, I have to express the love what I carry towards my people. So if I'm feeling shy, then automatically they'll not come to know what feeling I have about them in me. Probably it said that they do not really love who do not express their love. A father or a mother who is not able to express the love what they carry towards their children can never be a good father, because the child never understands, okay, what the father is. It's like, let me tell you this. A child will be suffering a lot about something. So let me start the story like this so that you can understand everything, okay? One day, a father walks silently into the room of his son. It's around night 11 or 11:30. He sits beside him. The son will be sitting on the bed and reading something. He sits beside him and says that, "Son, today I happened to meet my guru, and my guru said to give this gift to the one whom I love most on this earth. So I love you most on this earth. There's no one who is more important for me than you on this earth. So I wanted to give this gift to you. So I came into your room." Immediately, the son cries loudly. Tears starts rolling from his eyes. He hugs his father and says, "Sorry, Dad." His father doesn't understand what happened. So then the son says that, "I've brought some sleeping pills and I was about to consume them and kill myself. You came to me and said that I'm the most important for you on this earth. I was thinking all these days that you do not love me because you never expressed your love to me. So you do not have that positive feeling towards me. So that was putting me in a kind of disturbance consistently. So you expressing that you love me so much made me think positive and things changed in my life. I'm really sorry for what I thought of doing." See, we need to give that expression, and why that expression does not come is because of shyness. See, until and unless we stop feeling shy and express ourselves what we really want to express, we may not be getting what we want in life. So, the shortcut or the simplest way to conquer any negative emotion is face it. So until unless we face it, okay, we exhibit it, we express it, we will not come to discover, okay, what the real challenge is. So try it. Shyness is not a big thing to overcome, okay? You don't need to feel shy in anything because you ask for what you want. Some may not. So what? You ask for what you want. You do what you want to do. You do what you like to do. There may be people who like it, or there may be people who may not like it, but you need to do what you love. So, but if you feel shy, like you love singing, you sing. There may be people who enjoy your singing. See, even Mahesh Babu, though he is a smart personality with a lot of good qualities to be the best hero in any industry, I don't think that everyone loves Mahesh Babu. So only if a particular sect of people love Mahesh Babu. There are many other people who love many other heroes. In a similar manner, it's not possible for us to be loved by everyone. A few people will, a few people may not. So we are not supposed to worry about it. So we need to do what we love to do. That's it. So if you want to sing, you sing. If you want to dance, you dance. You may not be a professional dancer. People may laugh at you. People may imitate you. People may make fun of you, but that is not your concern. So that will anyway happen in the beginning. But you just do it because you love doing it. You enjoy doing it. So when you hesitate and sit, okay, you kill yourself every minute. But you take up a challenge and move. Initially the people will laugh at you. At a later stage, people just watch you. And the same people will appreciate you at the third stage. And that will come very soon, okay, that will happen. So just go forward, okay, keep doing it. That's what you need to understand. So, Pyari, why fear comes and how to overcome it? So I think we have got some relevant questions today. That's good. So fear comes because we didn't experience it before, or in other format I can say that we avoided doing something. When we avoid doing something, fear pops up. So we should not avoid doing something what we need to do. See, maintaining your health is a very prominent thing in life. That's really important. For that you have to get up every day and go for walking or do some kind of yoga or some kind of physical exercise, which is a mandatory thing. So when you avoid getting up early in the morning and doing some physical exercise, automatically the fear of suffering from a disease pops in. See, this world wherein after globalization, the world has become an open market for everyone, and we are getting job opportunities everywhere, and that job opportunities are almost linked with English communication. Everyone must be well versed with English communication. But if you develop your English communication, it may not be an excellent one, okay, but at least in a manner what the other person can understand what you exactly speak. So if you develop your communication, English communication, automatically what happens is everyone will, if you develop your communication, there is no fear that you will drive within yourself. You just go, okay, stand before people and start expressing your ideas. But on the other side, if you look at it in a different perspective, in the sense I mean, if you don't develop that communication skills, in every situation wherein you have to express something, you have to experience fear. You have to experience doubt. We must do what we need to do. When we don't do, fear will be the result of it. That's something pretty common. So list out all the things we need to do or we must do in life. So enhance our communication skills. We must control our thinking. We must develop a positive mental attitude. We must build character. We must be truthful. We must keep up our promises. So we must focus on what we want. Okay, we must be honest in life. We must be truthful. These things are mandatory. So when we don't follow that, automatically negativism comes in. So life in dharma is in peace and happiness. Life in adharma takes it out from happiness and peace. And that's what you need to understand. So you are giving a chance for fear to creep in because you're not doing the things that you ought to do. So give scope for doing the things what you ought to do, then automatically we will not have that fear happening in our life. And if at all, if you have already developed that fear, just face it enough. Okay, don't worry what's going to happen. See, you have some kind of fear within you. Let's consider like this. So if you want to overcome that, all you have to do is only one thing, okay? You have to experience it. Go, do it. Do what you are really fearing for, and just experience what's going to happen. You will discover that nothing will happen. There will be a kind of agitation within you, some kind of nervousness, uneasy feeling for some time. But once you face it, that will be overcome. You don't need to worry much about it. We can become humble, okay, when we take out the arrogance what we have within us, and we take out the ego what we carry within us. See, every one of us will create an image for ourselves which the external world does not want. Understand this very clearly. For the external world, we are just a piece of flesh, as everyone is. Nothing else beyond that. Understand this. It may be anyone. It may be parents, it may be friends, it may be relations, it may be neighbors, it may be close associates, whoever it is, okay. For them, what we are is, we are just a piece of flesh, that's it. So, when we too realize that we are just a piece of flesh, and we live normally, then we will be humble in every situation. But we are egoistic people. We are a nonsense. We create a mess out of ourselves. We think that we are greater than the other fellow. We think that we are richer than the other fellow. We think that we are smarter than the other fellow, beautiful than the other fellow, what I can say, greater than the other fellow, academically, personality wise, money wise, okay, that, this and all. We discriminate and we consider that we are better than the other people. We think that the other people are weak and we are strong. We think that we are from upper caste and the other people are from lower caste. We think that we are in a higher position, the other people are in a lower position. So in this process of discriminating our position, discriminating our status, qualities, lot of things, we think big about ourselves. But question this, do the other person know what we think? We think something big about ourselves. That's good. How will the other person know about what we think about ourselves? He doesn't know. He thinks that we are just a piece of flesh as he is. Now, he is not going to maintain the big picture what you have created within you. So when he is not maintaining according to the big picture what you created within you, you get disturbed. See, probably let me think that I come from a big caste, I come from a big family. So when I walk into the road, automatically everyone just give way for me because I come from a bigger family. I come from a bigger position. So when they are not doing it, I get disturbed. See, I can consider that I am greater than someone. And the other person does not consider that, okay, I am greater than him. So he behaves in a normal manner. But as I created that feeling within myself, automatically what happens is when the other person is not expressing his greatness, work for greatness. For some people, property may be a bigger criteria. But there are some people, there are some saints on this earth who don't care for that property. They are detached for everything. So I'll tell you, making money, they are happy. Now think logically, okay, what is great? Making money or getting detached? So greater quality is this, okay, don't have any kind of image or impression about you within yourself. Be just a piece of flesh. Then you are humble automatically. But the real challenge for most of us is, we create a lot of thoughts within ourselves. We consider that we are good, the other fellow is bad. Okay, when we consider ourselves to be good and the other fellow is bad, what is going to happen? Think once. Automatically, if the other fellow dominates in something, we can't tolerate because our image is that fellow is bad. And our perspective is we are good. They can't digest our success, they can't digest our greatness because they consider that we are bad. So stop these expectations, stop these attitudes. Don't have any thought process within yourself. Love people as they are. Don't create any benchmarks of discrimination. Just look at people as they are. So you don't have any kind of, what I can say, expressions or impressions or imaginations about yourself. You just keep remembering that, okay, so this is just a piece of flesh and God has given life to it. It is existing. So once the life is taken out, okay, automatically it does not exist at all. So we are a very feeble personality. Okay, when you are considering this, automatically you don't have any expectations within yourself. So however the other person behaves with you, okay, that doesn't take any priority for you. I hope you understand this. Thank you, Chandu, Sanju. I don't know exactly your name. So, but Sanju, let me consider like this. Thank you so much for your question. What is caste feeling? Is this good for society or not? People, when they are getting 3 times food every day and when they are having shelter, say a person who doesn't have clothes to wear, a person who does not have 3 times a day, and a person who does not have a house to stay in, focuses on getting this. But once a person gets food for 3 times a day, and a house to live in, and clothes to wear, and some money to take care of his health, entertainment and all, he thinks about all this nonsense. We need to understand that we are a temporary being on this earth, Sanju. So we are not permanent. So when we are temporary on this earth, we just came to experience our living wonderfully. So let's not take all this into picture. So primary thing is, let us earn, our basic needs. Once we earn it, let us help as many people as we can to earn that basic needs. That will be a very good job. Or once we earn our basic needs and make our life a bit secure, then make it more and more comfortable. Make it more and more luxurious. Try to experience this life greatly. I don't mean like making the life more and more luxurious in the external world, but making it more and more luxurious in the internal world. Making yourself more and more peaceful, in the sense balancing your thoughts, creating happiness out of it, living in peace, getting the true experience of life. And that's going to be an awesome thing. But this is all a senseless thing. Caste and all was created for a purpose. Initially, only beautiful girls were getting married. So they created certain boundaries and gave a restriction that, you people have to marry in this caste only, so that all the girls in that caste will get married. That's it. So that has changed, with age as years pass by, and people have considered that to be a benchmark in doing a lot of things, and fools don't understand exactly what is what of things. So, I think nature is the same for everyone. Nature does not behave differently for different caste people. So nature is the same for everyone. The air that flows on me and the air that flows on you is the same. The water that flows to me and the water that flows to you is the same. The earth that I walk on and the earth you walk on is the same. The moon, the sun, the space, everything is the same. So when we are all composed of these 5 elements, we are nothing but these 5 elements turning into a human being. So they don't have any discrimination for a particular thing. If they have discrimination, then I think, we have to consider that. So that's a minor thing, because when people are full in their stomach, automatically they think about all these things. But you go and look at a beggar who doesn't get food to eat, he doesn't have focus on all this, I suppose. So don't give priority for all this. So think about your enhancement and your development, Chandu. Everyone says, I love India. I think this is only one type of caste feeling. No. See, understand this. We live in India. So as we live in India, we must love it. If we don't love it, automatically we cannot be comfortable to live in India. So it's just like, you live with your mother and father and a brother or sister whom you have. And if you have love towards your mother, father, brothers and sisters, then automatically you are happy with them. But if you don't like your mother, if you don't like your father, if you don't like your brother and sister, then your home becomes a hell for you. You cannot be comfortable there. So what you have to do is, and definitely there will be some positive qualities in your father, negative qualities. Positive qualities in your mother and also negative qualities. The same with your brother and sister. But you should focus on the positive qualities, the greater qualities what your mother, father, brother and sister has. Then automatically you will start respecting them, and that respect turns into love after some time, and you can celebrate being with them. The same is with your country. So we have to love our country. There are many things, okay, which we can love our country for. So go through history. It teaches you a lot of wonderful things that this country is blessed with. So once we love our country, automatically what happens is, so we can live in this country happily. But if we don't have love, in the sense we don't look into the positive things that are there in our country, and we look into all the negative things that are there in this country, so everything that is happening in our life will become a mess. As we don't love this country, we don't love this people, we don't love this system, everything that's happening in this country will be an opposition for us and create a lot of pain, and that misses our happiness and peace, which is senseless, I suppose. That is not a caste feeling. So you must love your country. See, if I don't love myself, then I cannot be comfortable with myself. If I don't love my mobile, if I don't love my dress, okay, I don't think that I can be comfortable with that. If I wear a dress which I don't like, I'll not be happy with that. The same thing is this. Okay? Please explain the difference between caste feeling and country feeling. Country feeling, there's nothing like country feeling or like that. But everyone must love their country, because when they love their country, they automatically do anything for the prosperity of that country. So you may question why we have to do something for the prosperity of this country. Because there are people coming after us, right? See, right now we are living on this earth. Afterwards, who will be living on this earth? Our children. So they must lead a good life, right? If they have to lead a good life, definitely we have to make this world a beautiful place to live in. So we must love this country, and we must work for seeing this country being in a better manner. So that's not connected, I suppose. It's a simple difference. As you go matured in your life, you'll understand all this. Right now, there may be some incidences that might have happened in your life which must have hurt you, and because of that, you take this in a very serious manner. But as you go forward in life, okay, you consider all this as very simple things. See, when you stand at a building and look at it, even a 4-5 storied building looks very tall, and you feel that it's very difficult to climb it. Or let's consider directly this one only, okay? So when you stand at a mountain and look at it, okay, you feel it's very tall, it's very difficult to climb. But as we climb the mountain, okay, then automatically all the other things becomes very small. As we grow in maturity, all this becomes very tiny and very small. So give time for growing in your maturity. Everything is going to grow wonderful, Sanju, okay? Good evening, Naseem. It's good to make affection to the people. Affection is a positive feeling what you carry towards someone when you have respect towards them. So how will you develop respect? Respect comes, okay, when the other people's behavior is good, when the other people's communication is good. When the other people are communicating nicely and when the other people are behaving in a proper manner, automatically you develop respect towards them. And that respect you express in the form of an affection, that's it. But when the other person's behavior and communication is not good, you bear them. In the process of bearing them, you do not have respect towards them. When there is no respect, affection is not expressed, but you just pretend affection. That's it. I hope you understand this. Okay? So, it's a very simple concept, Naseem, okay? You can go for it. So, wherever you have some kind of respect, wherever you have some kind of love towards the other person, then you express affection. But how is that love being developed? Because you experience people in only two ways. One is communication and the other one is behavior. So when there is a balance between communication and behavior, when people are expressing their communication and behavior wonderfully, automatically, okay, you develop respect towards them. So a person with good communication and behavior means He is with good attitude, he is with good habits, he is with good thoughts, good qualities within himself. He is a constructed human being wherein he molded himself for greatness. He changed himself into a wonderful personality. So automatically he expresses himself like that. See, what is inside, that is what comes out. So if he has molded himself into a wonderful human being, he expresses himself in a wonderful way in his communication behavior. And these two will decide the amount of respect you carry towards them. And that respect will make you express affection. Okay, that is automatic. But these days, we are not able to show that affection on many people for one simple reason. That is this. Okay, what is that is? People are not having wonderful communication and behavior because they are messed up with a lot of nonsensical information in their mind, confused, troubled, so not able to express a good communication and behavior. So we are not having respect towards them. So showing false affection, that is pretending, acting, we are wearing a mask and behaving before others. So fine guys, thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for the opportunity you are giving me to express my ideas before you. If you can take these ideas and implement in your life in any manner, I hope you can experience greatness happening in your life. Okay, thank you so much, thanks a lot.